Hello, Kidspace. It's me, Casey. How's it going? Good to see you. It's been a while. This is my house. As you can see, here's a window. Today, we're going to be making watercolor swirl art using a couple things you probably have hanging around at your house. Not a whole lot of supplies on this one. It's really fun, really awesome to watch the process, and then you get this cool product at the very end. Alright, hello again. We're going to go over a little materials list right now. Right here I have some milk from a cow. You can use a milk from almonds if you'd like, or any other kind of milk. There's so many out there nowadays. Any milk will do. Dish soap. Food colors from your friendly neighborhood Fred Meyers. And watercolor paper. I got watercolor cards so I can write a letter to my mom and send her a cool card. And aside from those sort of materials, I am using a teacup, I'm using a chopstick, and a baking pan. Alright, so step number, why is that bright light? It burns! No, I'm joking. I'm alright. First step, you're going to put the soap into the cup. You only want enough soap just so that you can dip your chopstick into the soap when the time comes. No soap on the chopstick yet. Next, grab your milk. You're going to pour the milk into the pan. You just want enough so that it covers the bottom surface of the pan. Doesn't have to be very deep, just enough. And there you go. Always, always put the lid back on the milk. You don't want to spill that. Alright, and then next, what I'm going to do is take the food coloring. Use any color you would like. I'm going to use blue on this first one. Be careful with the food coloring. It can stain clothing or cats and dogs, so just be very careful. And just put a few drops in here. You don't have to do a whole lot. There you go. Now it is time to grab the chopstick or chopstick-like device. You're going to dip it into the soap just a little bit so that you have some soap on the tip of it. And then here comes the magic. Take the soap and put it directly onto one of the spots with the food coloring, and then watch before your very eyes. Whoa. Whoa. Leviosa! Leviosa! So, after just a few seconds, this is what happened. Now, I just used... Uh-oh. I spilled some. Don't tell my mom. I only use blue, but you can always introduce another color if you want. So let's put a little bit of purple in here and see what happens. Voila! Whoa, look at that. It looks like a cool, I don't know what that looks like. How could I forget this part? So now you're going to take your watercolor paper. I found the proper size pan. So I went with kind of, I think this is maybe like 6 by 4. So you're going to take the watercolor paper and just place it on top of the milk. You don't have to dip it in forcefully. It doesn't take much. And just dip it on top of there. I just leave it on there for about a second and then take it off. Whoa. It will drip a little bit, so I just put it right on this paper bag to let it dry. And once it's dry, I'm gonna write that letter to my mom. So, what just happened? Wasn't that so cool? Let's solve the mystery and understand a little more why and how that happened. So, milk is mostly water, but there are other things in milk, such as fat and protein. So, it behaves a little bit differently than water would, especially when soap is put into the milk. So, what the soap does when it goes inside of the milk, think about the soap being two pieces, and one piece really, really likes water, so it runs towards water, and another piece doesn't like water, so it runs away from water and tries to find things other than water. So, what it does when it goes inside the milk is it splits apart, and there's all these pieces of soap going this way and that. And what the food coloring is letting us see is this happens. So, the food coloring dyes parts of the milk and it spreads as the soap spreads. So really awesome. I want to see what you all produce. So if you want to send emails to Dylan or Natalie and Charlotte, I'd really like to see your creations because I've done this a few times so far, and each one is unique from one another. So I'm sure you'll be making some one-of-a-kind art, and I look forward to seeing you next week. If you want to come visit me, I work at Starbucks on Northwest 23rd and Burnside, and I work there during the week in the morning. So maybe I'll see you there. But remember to wear a face mask and practice social distancing. Until next time, Kidspace.